Hi, this is my tarot reading for this week. This week I decided to have a specific question. So my question is, what should I focus on and be aware about during the coming week? So I got the Sun, positivity, freedom, fun and just being optimistic. And the Nine of Wands, being a bit exhausted but still encouraged to move on. And the Devil, entrapment and addiction. I think this is going to be a quite straightforward answer to the question I asked, in contrast to last week. Last week I didn't really have a clear question, and then the cards normally depict where I'm at that particular moment when I drew the cards. If you watched the video last week, I got these three cards: Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles and Five of Wands, mirroring my worries when it comes to the activities going on in the Baltic Sea and Sweden moving troops and all these drones circulating over Sweden's nuclear plans. I'm not gonna talk more about last week's reading, as that was a kind of reading that just told me where I was at that particular moment. I think that kind of reading has its place, because sometimes you need the cards to bring up to the surface what you are bothered about. But this week is different, and I want to know what I should focus on and be aware about. Okay, the Devil. It's often a challenging card. Immediately our minds go to addictive behaviors, obsessions, particularly related to the material world, or unhealthy relationships, or just being addicted to something. A person, sex, alcohol, you name it. And here he is represented as this handsome, seductive man. It's about giving your power away to something that traps you if you're not aware. Most often we tend to interpret this card as being negative. But being aware of one's addiction or addictions is not a bad thing in my mind. Because even things that you enjoy to do, and perhaps especially those things, can run the risk of becoming addictions. Things we love to do can easily entrap and enslave us. We can't get enough of them and they might overtake our lives. So this card is invoking you to take a look at your addictions and understand how seductive some paths can be. As soon as I saw this card, I knew what it was about. I've had a tendency throughout my life to become addicted to doing certain things. When I started doing yoga for more than 10 years ago, I did yoga both day and night. When I'm drawing and painting, which I have done a lot throughout my life, that's the same thing. I easily get into a mood where I cannot stop. If I decide that I should do something like doing a headstand, I will do it every day no matter how tired I am. Running, taking walks, gardening, whatever I put my mind to, I can easily get addicted, and then after some weeks or so I just exhaust myself. And sometimes if I don't stop myself, I will have to stop and rethink the whole activity. It's a good thing to have this ability to become addicted for a shorter period of time, as sometimes you need to go deep into an activity in order to learn. But if you let that influence other areas of your life, perhaps going to bed a bit too late, or not at all, or offering food or sunshine, then that's not a good thing in the long run. I think I got this from my father. When he was younger, he could be as a machine when it comes to painting houses, gardening, or building stuff, or biking. Now my father is old, soon to be 96, but the last time he biked from Stockholm to Denmark, he was around 80 years old. And I have an addiction now. I bought an ukulele the day before New Year's Eve, and I made a promise to myself that I will play the ukulele every day for 1 year. And I have played. Some days several hours, because it's really addictive when you start playing. And also this, that I realize how many things I can do with an ukulele if I get better at it. And I want to be able to do all these things. But I also have to remember that it takes time. You don't get good at an instrument only by playing it for 1 month. But the problem with me is that I get so immersed in the playing, I want to learn everything right now. And I don't even have time to go to bed anymore. And I know that I need to move away from being so obsessed with the playing. It's not that I should stop playing, but I need to do it a bit less. Because there are other things in life. Look at the Nine of Wands. She's turning her back to this addiction, moving towards the light. Here she is. She's been engaged in it for some time now. She knows that it is time to leave this addictive behavior, although she needs to make an effort. She needs to push through the fence, that thing that's holding her back, in order to follow and see the light again. She needs to open her closed eyes to the light, because it is time to let go. She's perhaps not completely ready, nor am I, but I know that I will soon get burned out by all this playing if I don't get enough sleep. Compromising with sleep for several weeks is not a good thing. So in the coming week I'm going to be aware of this. It's a bit of a challenge to leave something that you become addicted to. And it's not that I need to stop playing the ukulele, but I think it's a good thing to limit my playing time, to fence it in, to decide that I'm not going to play for more than maximum 1 hour a day. That's more than enough, because the sun is here. The days are getting brighter in Sweden as we are moving towards spring, and it's a good thing to open up for the sun in the coming week. When did I go for a walk last time, for example, except going to the bus stop in order to go into town? We need the sun. I need the sun. The sun is the only God I believe in. So I need to listen more to the messages coming from the sun. When I earlier today went to my son's workplace with the keys that he forgot, I saw the beautiful pink and orange sunset from the car. And I realized that all of us need to make use of the vitality and energy of the sun. We need to let it shine on our hearts and inspire our minds. We need to dance, sing, move and lighten up more. To remember to be happy and shine. Yeah, lighten up. Even when I'm playing the ukulele. Trying to remember that it's not only about swift chord progressions or finger picking techniques or knowing where all the notes are on the fretboard. It's more about enjoying where I'm at this moment in my playing. I'm a beginner, and in the coming week I will try not to focus so much on the technical aspects of playing, more on the fun aspects, because that's really why I want to learn to play the ukulele in the first place anyway. So, do you have any obsession or addiction that you need to be honest about? Perhaps you also need to change the way you are doing things, lighten up in some way? Anyway, I will take these cards seriously the next week. Bye bye. And I'm not there. I don't know what you want now, but I